Fury of Gods is a competitive skirmish game with a medieval theme for 2 to 4 players, where players choose one guild and use cards, dice rolling and resource management to fight other guilds. Your goal is to defend your guild until there are no more opponents left in play, and survive all of the negative effects sent by the gods through the Fury of Gods cards. There are 4 different options: the dwarves, the elves, the goblins, and the tritons, and each guild consists of a general, a shaman, a champion, and a totem. Each guild has its own dashboard, with points of honor, points of motivation, and the warriors that represent it. Each warrior has specific hit points, a move value, 2 dice to make a common attack, and the hit values. When the warrior's life reaches this marker, it means that he has entered rage mode, and the warrior starts to use the red value of the movement and the new amount of dice for the common attack. Upon reaching the skull marker, his warrior leaves the game. The Fury of Gods board must be set up according to the number of players. In the center of each quadrant of the board, there is an elevated lawn called the Divine Field. These fields are considered a blocking terrain that block line of sight and cannot be accessed by warriors. They are gateways to the Gods' Heralds as they appear in the Fury of God cards. First, reveal a Fury of the Gods cards, and the entire battlefield will be affected by its effects. The starting player is also chosen by the gods through the symbol of devotion Fury of the Gods cards drawn. Each player will decide whether to face the negative effects of the card, or if he will pay the offerings to avoid them. The guild that has the same devotion symbol of the revealed card and has its totem still active can pay 1 less for that offering. Put a block token on the chosen warrior on the guild dashboard and take an action. Move your warrior, which can be your first or last action the turn. He can move only horizontally or vertically, or attack if it stops or starts the turn adjacent to an opponent. If a warrior steps on an item token on the board, his move ceases automatically and he buys an item card. Players will be able to purchase more items through guild cards and experience point exchange. If during his movement the warrior is adjacent to an opponent totem, the player can destroy it by expending 3 motivation points and ending his turn. The player gains 3 honor points and the opponent who has lost his totem will lose 3 honor points. If during his movement the warrior steps beside or finishes its movement on the opponent's side, he must initiate a common attack. To perform a common attack, the player must roll 2 dice and compare the results with the numbers to hit of the attacking warrior to deal damage. If you attack, the player can pick up an experience token for the amount of damage inflicted. If you fail, the player converts each miss into motivation points. Even if the common attack failed, the player can still use the guild attack. The guild attack is optional and it's done through the guild cards, which are in the hands of the players. There are 2 types of guild cards. The attack cards, which are divided in 3 types: General Effect, Champion Effect, and Shaman Effect. To use one of these effects, the player must pay the indicated amount of motivation points, and he cannot use another guild card or other effect for that warrior. And the totem effect cards, which has no cost and can be activated as long as the guild totem are active. If your totem has been destroyed and you own totem effect card in your hand, you must reveal it and apply the negative effect of it. If the warrior has made an attack, he can make the guild movement, which is optional, and each guild has a different kind of movement. After he finishes all his actions, the next player takes his turn. After the second round, they perform these 3 steps to prepare and start the turns, in this sequence: Dishonor, Reconcile guild cards, Remove block tokens, Activate Fury of the Gods cards. Starting on the 5th round, reveal 2 Fury of the Gods cards instead of 1. Have you been defeated? Then it's time to help the gods. When a player is defeated, they return immediately to the battlefield controlling the herald with the symbol of devotion that matches their guilds. The conditions to declare a guild winner of the first Great War are: if the guild defeated the last opponent's warriors during this attack, if it's the only guild left in the game at the end of step 4 of the round. But beware, if all the guilds are defeated by the effects of Fear of Gods cards, whether losing all their honor points or having all its warriors defeated during step 4 of the round, the gods wins. I hope you guys enjoyed the Fear of Gods. Thank you.